how are y'all doing today? So today I thought I would do a get ready with me, and a viewer had commented, one of my subscribers had commented that they liked my eye looks that I do and had asked me if I would do an eye look tutorial. So that was back in 2021, and yeah, I thought today I would honor that video request. So here we are. I'm in my bedroom, and this is where I put on my makeup. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so let me show you. I have this on my face. So I already have. Okay. So yeah, so I have my face washed and moisturized, and I have these little clips. I'm just gonna clip my hair back. Yeah, and I guess this will be a chatty get ready with me. Sorry, my daughter's home. She had my little cold sores. That's always fun. So I did buy this from the Dollar Tree, and I have already used it. And so I'm going to be showing you guys that today. And then my daughter gave me this in my stocking, and I've used it 2 or 3 times. And it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Water Drop Primer. So it has a nice big hole that the product comes out of, which I appreciate. And that is the color that it looks like. And I'm just going to put it on my face. Sorry if I'm not looking exactly at the camera. I haven't done one of these in so long that, and you might hear my animals. You probably just heard Max. He's down there. So I do like this primer. I don't know how much she paid for it. She's a college student, so I'm assuming not too much, and hope not too much. Anyway, I do like, it does have a slight coconut fragrance. Yeah, it does have a slight coconut fragrance. So, yeah, I do. It does make my face feel very moisturized. So, I've been going between the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, which this is a little too light for me, but I'd better use it in the winter, right? And then I've also been using the Revlon Candid in number 130. So, but this says directions: apply directly on the skin on concerned areas. Blend it to the skin with your fingertips, brush, or sponge. Follow with your foundation and concealer as you normally would apply. So, if you live in a rural area, you may still have these at your Dollar Tree. So, whoops. Go take a look there. And then on the back, if you can read it, which I really can't, it tells you what they do. Okay, so it says green helps reduce the appearance of redness. And since I've had a real issue with anxiety and crying lately, I get really red. So I'm just using this e.l.f. concealer brush. Actually, it says it's a foundation brush, but I use it for concealer. I've been putting this right here, because when I cry, this turns like bright red. And I also put it around my nose. So I have my lighted makeup mirror here. So I remember the reason I don't do too many of these is because my setup is so incredibly frustrating. My ring light, it's just really frustrating. So we're gonna just do the best that we can. And that's what we have to do in life anyway. So the back is much easier to read. It's bigger. So lavender neutralizes yellow. I feel like I have a lot of yellow on my face. But I'm not going to put it all over my face. The yellow brightens dullness and the white is for highlighting. So I think I might put some of the yellow under my eyes. You see, I haven't even used it yet. And if you hear somebody talking, my daughter is at home. She went back to university and she had to take a COVID test and it came back positive, even though she's symptom free. She was sick on her birthday, but I'm gonna put some on my nose too and just see what happens. And then the white is for highlighting, which seems kind of weird to put it on under your foundation. And in fact, that kind of highlights the pores in my nose, which was probably not the best idea. So I have a beauty blender that's damp, and I just kind of like lightly tap my face. So I think the green did help the redness. So I think I'm also going to put some green like right here in this area. Because for some reason, I just feel like that's a little... I have a little handheld mirror that maybe I should use this. This area gets a little bit red. I don't know why. Around the mouth. So I'm going to put this foundation on. And this is one of my favorite parts of doing makeup because you are like priming your canvas and it's so cool. I think this light may be a little bright. It's just so cool to see the transformation from skin to like flawless skin. I'm not gonna, I mean, I will say flawless, but y'all know that it's not, that's not the truth. My skin isn't flawless, but you know what I mean. And I don't like to build foundation, so I like to put on just maybe probably a little bit more than I need. And I always have this like a towel, like a hand towel in my lap. But yeah, I love this part. It's very satisfying. And I've heard that if your brush leaves streaks, that you have an inferior brush. So I don't know if that's true or not. Let me know in the comments if any of you have a brush that does not leave streaks. I actually put the foundation on my eyelids too. I don't know if that will contribute to, I don't have oily skin. I know some people with oily skin, their face, the makeup just seems to disappear. And a lot of people say their face eats their makeup. But I don't know if putting foundation on your eyelids contributes to any of that type of thing. But that is what I do. And then I take my beauty blender and I have to look. And then I just kind of pounce, because my brush does leave brush marks. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to use this Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. This one works. I'm telling you, you just need a tiny bit, and you need to try and not get it like outside of your eyes, because if you do, I mean, it'll show up. And not only will it show up, but it will hold on to, you may hear rain, it's raining here. It will hold on to any, you also may hear the heater, eyeshadow that you accidentally get outside of your eye. Okay, so that is going to dry. And meanwhile, I've taken my cheapo eyelash curler and I put it under my arm to heat it up. You could also use a blow dryer. I'm drinking my second cup of coffee with frothy milk. You can also use a blow dryer, or you could put it like in between your legs, like by your knees or something, and warm it up. But it does help that it's warm. And for some reason, these eyelashes, some of them like just don't curl. These are more curly. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This says, I can't see what that says, 16-hour Camo Concealer. And this, you're going to be amazed if you haven't already used it. I just use like a drop right there. And then I use this same brush. And let me scoot up because it's easier if I scoot up. I'm gonna look down, but hopefully you'll be able to see the coverage. Ow! That's a hazard. And I do use the foundation brush, but then I also go back in with my fingers. Can you see that? Hopefully the light is not too bright and you can see that. And then I get up right, I close my eyes and get up right underneath my lashes, which can make my eyes look yellow. Do you see? That makes my eyes look yellow. And then I poke myself, so now my eye's red, which is always a fun time. And then you can either use the heat of your fingers, which is what I do, and just kind of blend it out and pat it in. You can also use your beauty blender or your Real Technique sponge, whatever you have. And now that is it for like the foundation. So I'm going to take, you guys have seen me use this before. This is a Bliss beauty stick. I got it at Burke's. It was a really good sale. I got 2 of them. And you can, this is multi-purpose. You can use it on your cheeks. And you can see how much I have left, not much. And you can also use it on your lips, which I'm not going to do because I have a cold sore. And the cold sore virus will transfer from your mouth to creamy products, and it will live there, and it will reinfect you. At least that's my experience. So what I do is I draw, it's like a stripe, and then this is an e.l.f. stipple brush. I've worn off the lettering, I think. No, I haven't. Can you see that? I don't think that's focusing. Anyway, it says something I can't read. I don't have my reading glasses on. Yes, I've reached the age where I have regular glasses and reading glasses, but last time I went to the optometrist, he said I wasn't ready for bifocals. I felt like flipping in the bird and saying, what do you know? But he was a nice man, nice young man, younger than me, and I felt very motherly toward him, and I didn't want to offend him. And he was also very sympathetic with my alternating strabismus issue, and I felt a connection there because he said he had family members with the same issue. I told him I don't see in 3D, and he knew exactly what I was talking about, and it made me feel validated and heard. And so he could have said anything to me at that point and I would have agreed with him. I'm not usually such a sucker. No, it's not a sucker. What do you call it, a sucker? I don't know. But yeah, so I just blend it with the stipple brush. And it's a little intense on this side. It's a little intense, but I think that'll calm down. And then I take, this is Revlon Color Stay brow pencil that I bought from my daughter, and it ran out. So she gave it to me for the spoolie, and I put clear soap. I use Pears, the brand Pears, and I put clear soap on my brows. I have just found that to be one of the most precise and like easiest ways to do my brows. And so I want the soap to dry before I put on any color on them. And I do trim my eyebrows, and I need to pluck. I don't know if you can see, I need to pluck. That's one of my least favorite jobs. Although I honestly don't have too much to pluck now because I overplucked. But I like that look. I don't like the big bushy eyebrow look. I should show you my high school graduation picture. I had some caterpillar eyebrows when they weren't cool. So my lips feel kind of dry. What I'm going to do is, Leanne from Chick Space sent me this baby lips, and I really like it. And what I do when I have a cold sore is I put it a lot on my bottom lip, and then I just rub it into the top because I don't want to get a cold sore virus in there, because I would have to what am I saying? I'd have to throw it away. So for my last birthday, I didn't do a birthday haul or anything, but I did want some specific eyeshadow palettes. This spoke to me. When I saw this, I was like, come to mama. And these are the colors. So I'm not going to use this today. I'm just showing you. That was from Mark. And then Kate got me this Morphe Khaki Calling, which I picked them out. We went to Ulta. And this, you can do several different looks with it. You can do like a brown look and a green look. And then like a neutral eye. But this is what I'm going to use today, Vintage Rose. Now this broke. If you know me in real life, you know I'm just very careful with my things. So this is a manufacturer issue. But the subscriber who asked me to do an eye look tutorial, I believe I was wearing this. And so I'm going to use this. I don't know if she was talking about that day or in general, but I'm going to go ahead and use what I was wearing that day, which is Morphe Vintage Rose. And in my opinion, these are relatively well priced. Although I've discovered that Morphe, it just doesn't seem to stay on my lashes very long. Okay, I said lashes very long, but y'all know that's not what I meant. I meant these Morphe shadows I don't feel like they stay on my eyelids very long. And by very long, I mean the whole day. So, I am going to use this one right here. This one is called Perf in Pink. I don't know. And these are my go-to eyeshadow brushes. And also this Morphe eyeshadow brush. I really like this one, and this is, if you can read that, that's what it is. My daughter sang the praises of this, and I'm like, how good can it be? She bought me one, and I was like, girl, you were onto something. So, I'm going to take this one. I believe this is an e.l.f. But I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to dip it into here. See that cloud? That's always fun. I still have my thing heating up. And then I have a very magnified top. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to try and scoot up super duper close. Super duper. So you can see. I'm going to put this kind of in the bottom third and then going up into my crease. And I'm going to have to keep dipping. Now there's a group of people who believe, and I'm one of them, that you have to be careful with pink eyeshadows because they can make you look sick. I don't know why. So also you should know that I have mature skin. I'm 48 years old, closer to 50 than 40. Actually, I'm 48 and a half. So I don't mind packing on the color. And some people put like tape up here. And I have done that before. I don't feel like doing that today. But yeah, I'm just packing this on the outer third, and I'm kind of like imagining like a diagonal line going across my eye. I don't have like sunken in eyes that have a lot of lid, but I also don't have hooded eyes, and I have small eyes. So you just got to work with what you got. And take my Morphe brush, and I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. And sometimes I do my eyebrows before, and sometimes I don't. Most of the time I do, but most of the time I'm not filming a get ready with me. So you can see this has a lot more pink than this. I'm feeling anxious today. Mark is having we're supposed to be going back up to San Antonio for a procedure, 2 procedures, and the hospital won't let him go in for the procedure without a COVID test. And he has to take one, and since he's had a cold, we don't know if he hasn't had the flu because he hasn't been achy. We don't think he has the flu, but we don't know if it's COVID or not. He's been feeling not great, but he hasn't been feeling like on his deathbed, you know what I mean? Knock on wood. So I'm just going to blend this in a little bit because it's awfully red, awfully pink. I may have put too much. Did y'all know that the Pantone color of the year is periwinkle? And that is my favorite. If I have to look at blue, so if you've been around a while, you know I'm not a fan of royal blue at all. There's some blues that I can tolerate, but the periwinkle color is my favorite blue. And it's more of a violet blue. So I'm going to take, I also use this brush occasionally because it puts on a lot more shadow. So I'm going to take this one right here, and this one has sparkles. It is called just Rose Gold. And I'm going to put this on the inner third of my eye. And you can do more than just a look with this palette. I'm not trying to sell you on Morphe, but you can do more than just a pink look with this palette. There's also a beautiful like sparkly taupe that I would have totally been into in my working days, my career days. So yeah, that's what's happening so far. I think I am gonna put on some eyebrow products just so that they'll stand out and you'll be able to see it. I use this right now, this Broadway Eyebrow Kit, and I got this from the Dollar Tree. And I think I've showed it before. So I have 2 different sizes of angled brushes. This one is a very skinny one, and I use that for my eyelids. And then this one is a thicker one, and I use that for my eyebrows. So I'm just going to kind of show you. I just kind of pat it in here. And then I draw a line under. That may look like it's on top, but it's actually under. And then I just move that color onto the top. So I go under, and then I move it up. And this one does not look the same because I did it too low. This is going to be a long get ready with me. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about my voice. I don't have any post-nasal drip. And my hair is not this dark, but if I use, I haven't found an eye pencil yet, but I haven't like been on the hunt, but I haven't found like an eyebrow pencil for blondes, because I don't know.
I don't know why. And I don't mind the darker. I mean, that doesn't like look red. Because I'm not crazy about the red look, the eyebrow, the red look. So I'm going to leave that out because I might also use that as eyeliner. But right now I'm going to use this color as an eyeliner. So yep, just tap it in and flick the excess off. And for this I am going to use this very magnified side and just come underneath. I prefer to use shadows as eyeliner because they're easier to use, in my opinion. They're easier to use. And I really don't put too much eyeshadow normally under my eyes either, especially not if I'm doing a pink look. And I do try and like, you gotta use your brush like you're a painter. So you gotta turn it around and kind of flick it up if you want kind of that little cat eye, which I do. I think that's very feminine and pretty. And I just made a boo-boo. That's because I need to clean my mirror. And this just like hit like that and then went into my eye. This is harder to do than makeup. People who do makeup on YouTube make it seem so easy, and it's not so easy. At least not for me. And in order to do another look, in order to do a look in another location, do you see that fallout? Do you see that fallout? I don't know if you can. I've heard that you just take a brush and wipe it away. But that just made streaks. So you can also like spray setting spray on here and make the bristles a little moist and do that. So I'm gonna see if this is how I want it. And I don't use contacts. So this little wing is a lot further than I normally do. That's okay. I don't mind it. So this is a really pretty shade. This one right here. This one is called That's Classic. And it's just very beautiful. And I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm going to use it. It's like a topper. I don't know if you can see that very well. But it's a glittery topper. And it makes me feel like an angel. Like I look like an angel. Which, let's all just so I also put some of that right on the corner of this. This is one of my go-to brushes. And I'm going to put it in my inner corner. I don't know. We never did this before in the 80s or the 90s. We didn't put things in our inner corner. At least I didn't. Do y'all remember like Merle Norman? Like you would go get your face done at Merle Norman. That was not anything that I did, because I didn't grow up like that, but some people did. And they came out with a face full of makeup and glamour shots. They may have done inner corner work in the glamour shots. So that is my eye look. And what I sometimes do, if I don't really like the harsh line, I'll take this smudge brush. This is Real Techniques. I really like Real Techniques products. I like their brushes. So I'll just take and like make the line not as harsh and make it a little, in fact, if your little wing is bothering you, you can just like smoke it out a little bit or blend it out a little bit. So yeah, I know. I told you guys, did I tell you Mark has to go have a COVID test? I'm trying to blow out the fallout because I can ruin a look. So let me get real close. So do you see the fallout? Do you see the not just the fallout from the brown, but the fallout from the sparkles? That is a little irritating. It's irritating when you spend all this time on an eye look and you have fallout. I don't mind the fallout on my cheeks, but I mean the sparkles on my cheeks, but I do mind wait. So yeah, that was my husband. He took the COVID test. He doesn't have results yet. So yeah, I haven't really even been wanting to make videos because I've been so worried. My husband we found out something 2 years ago when, as you guys know, Trump was a really big, supporter of veterans and the VA, and he really got in there and made some awesome changes to the VA. Before Trump got in office, Mark tried to get into the VA and had to jump through so many loopholes and didn't have the proper guidance or the... Sandy, stop. Stop. He just, they weren't helpful. They were, all the stories that you hear about the VA before Trump took office were true. Trump took office and all of a sudden it was just smooth, easy peasy. So he went in for blood work, got that done, went to see his primary care doctor. The doctor found something that he didn't know he had. Apparently he was born with it. So I'm going to use this supersizer, CoverGirl supersizer. I think it's CoverGirl. And I have to wipe off the excess. And this hurts to put it on, but it works. So yeah, we found out he has a medical condition and it's not an easy one to deal with mentally, and in the long run it's not going to be an easy one to deal with physically. And he wasn't at the point 2 years ago when they did the first round of testing. He was at the moderate level, and I'm not ready to talk about what it is yet, and I'm not sure he would even, that he wants me to. But so because of the whole COVID thing and you couldn't go to the doctor and all of that, he's been taking his medicine and everything, but it just they kind of dropped him off the radar because it wasn't like a medical emergency. Well, he went back in I think October and November, and they said your condition's slightly worse. It's moving from moderate to inching up towards severe. And of course, we're freaked out because he's only 48. And I know they have all these modern things you can do, and modern medicine, cutting edge technology, but still, in the end, it might involve a major operation, like one of the most major operations you can have. And that was brought up. We went to San Antonio at the beginning of January, and that was brought up that would be a possibility depending on the test that he is going to take. He's scheduled to take them tomorrow, but we don't know if he's going to have a positive COVID test. So if he has a positive COVID test, we're going to have to postpone another week or whatever. And he's also going to have to stay home from work. And he's not salary, so we're just kind of feeling... He's feeling bad, and I'm feeling anxious, and I'm scared to death. I'm scared. I am scared. And I'm a Christian, and I know it's in God's hands and everything, but I don't want to watch him suffer, basically. So anyway, enough of that. I just wanted to fill you guys in on why... Sorry. So I just wanted to fill you guys in on why maybe I haven't been uploading as much as I should have, could have. I'm using this Essence Pure Nude highlighter in Be Magnificent. I don't know if you can read that. I got this from Ulta. I've had this for a long time. And what I do is I just go and I use this brush. I don't know what it's called. This is from Eco Tools, which I also like Eco Tool brushes. But I just kind of go like that. Just to have a little bit of glow. I also like to put this like right there on my eyebrow. And I also like to do it up above, just the excess. Maybe a little bit here. And now we're going to come back and do lips. So I forgot to show you, I have been using this Defend Sheer Envy Setting Spray, Charcoal to Detoxify, Anti-Blue Light, Anti-Pollution, 12-Hour Protection Hydrations from Hard Candy. I got this from the Dollar Tree and I bought like 2 or 3 or 4 of them. You can see it does spray out charcoal. So I close my lips, close my eyes, and hopefully that will help my makeup stay in place all day. And then I keep one of these fans from the Dollar Tree. I keep it in my makeup drawer so that I can dry it faster. And even though I have like a pretty bold eye, and not really bold, I don't know if pink eyeshadow is considered bold or not. But I'm also going to put on a pink lip, but of course I can't take the color directly out of the tube. So let me show you what I do when I have a cold sore. So I have this lip brush that I think it's from Revlon, and I've had it for years. But normally I will just put on lipstick from the tube, but I'm not going to do that. So I just really load it up. And this is from Essence. I don't think you can get it anymore because when I got it, it was on clearance. But this is the name of it, if you're curious. I don't even know if it's going to focus, because it's focusing on my face. So yeah, I just... And then I will go sanitize this, and it'll be ready for next time I use it. So at this time, sometimes I look at my face and I'm like, need a little more blush. So this is also from the Dollar Tree, but it's hard candy. And you can use this, I got this like a year ago though. You can use these individual colors as eyeshadows, but I just use this EcoTools blush brush. And this does have a little bit of a shimmer, but I just go around all of them. And in the end, I will add a little bit more blush. And like I said, this has a shimmer. And sometimes I'll go across my nose. And that is it. That is my makeup look with the Morphe Vintage Rose palette. Very simple eye look. Anybody can do it. As you see, I use inexpensive brushes. And yep, this is it. So let me know down in the comments anything you want to let me know. And also, if you would be in prayer for us as we go through this, and I will keep you updated as best I can. And yeah, if you were brand new and you're just watching this video to see what kind of look I created with the Vintage Rose Morphe palette, I occasionally do makeup tutorials, but not often. But I do frugal living tutorials. And in my opinion, $9 for 9 eyeshadows is a pretty good deal. And so I would consider Morphe an inexpensive brand. So this is kind of a frugal look. And that's the kind of videos that I make. So if you are into frugal living or interested in frugal living, please subscribe, because that is the kind of content that you will see from me. But I incorporate frugal living into all sorts of videos. So yes, if that interests you, please subscribe. And if you got value from this video, please give me a thumbs up. And it also helps me with the algorithm. It helps push my channel out there, and I am trying to grow my channel. So I would be very grateful if you would do that. And I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.